Hey everyone, welcome back to day 2 of our choreographic improvisational explorations. The playing and working in how to develop dances in unpeculiar places. Yeah, so if you've been stuck in your home, there are ways of investigating and playing and seeing your spaces in new ways. Yesterday we started with this idea of abstraction, looking at our spaces. We were in the kitchen, right? And we used sort of traditional everyday gesture and or activities to figure out how to develop making dances, making or creating movement. Yes, it's movement exploration, and then figuring out how to put it together and put it into spaces. And so yesterday we worked a little bit about finding ways of accessing movement and gesture, and then going from there. Today, we're going to look at the art of space. Space is really something that's important in dance making. Now, mind you, you can put dances in all kinds of different spaces. Clearly, we're going to be in the living room today, which is an unconventional or non-traditional space to see dance, to actually dance, to experience dance. But again, like we were talking about yesterday, dance can happen in all kinds of spaces, in all kinds of mediums. It's very accessible for people to create and put dance all over the place. That's the beauty of dance. It's very fluid and able to sort of move in and out of different arenas, if you will. All kinds of aesthetics, all kinds of different venues. For instance, we talked about yesterday dance for camera, dance films that are being made, dance site-specific dances, yes, non-traditional theatrical spaces, and then again the traditional theatrical space. So your play is endless, and so today I want to welcome you again in participating in these exercises that we're doing, also to watch how we develop kind of that information, and then also to make your own dances and post your own dances that you're making in your kitchen, or like today, in our living room. All right, so again, for those of you that weren't here with me yesterday, my name is Scott Putman. I'm an associate professor in VCU Arts Dance and Choreography, and we're just going to have a beautiful day of space exploration. Some of my research, why this particular day is really important to me, is space is fundamental in terms of how I make work, and specifically in my graduate studies, I basically did my research in the parallel concepts of modern physics and Eastern philosophy and modern art as a way of justifying that I believe that choreography is the art of shaping energy in space. So much so that I've developed a system called the Elemental Body Alignment System to create structural integrity, beautiful activating the spaces within the body so that those animated spaces can arc and shape space, carve space with the body. So space is really something that's important to me, something that I love, and something that can really help you to make dances. It is a great choreographic tool if we learn how to see space differently and if we learn how to access that space differently. Okay, so today let's just look at our space. All right, so if you have a chance and you're with me and you're in your living room, just see your space. Like, what are you noticing in your space? So we have basically this beautiful open living room space. Yeah, if you look at the floor, you've got a sort of floor pattern and or an arena, a stage space. Yeah, that frames or outlines a area in which you can dance in. All right, you've also got shapes. The chair acts as some kind of square or box. It can sort of have that sense of, a box or a square. This is more, these lines are longer, horizontal, like rectangular lines. Yes, and so we're shaping space, designing space. This table is much more circulinear movement. So you can see I'm actually then tracing with my arm and my hand. Now, one of the things that's really important is this space. Yes, this space in here is called negative space. Yeah, it's traditionally called negative space. I like to refer to it as potential space for a lot of things to happen here. There's so much that can happen in this space. As a matter of fact, one of our students just did a beautiful work on that was really incorporating negative space. Sarah Dellinger did a beautiful, beautiful dance for film, and it was just really quite remarkable what can happen in here. And in investigating negative space, it allows us to see our, larger spaces in much different ways. Another way to think about negative space is this space right here, or this place of potential theater. I like to think that we can make mini theaters in different ways, and play with, the scope or size of, the theaters. For instance, small spaces, middle spaces, large spaces. Speaking of, there's a there's a sort of tool I use in teaching composition to my students, and it's a space project. And this is really helpful in helping students to understand scope or size, the spectrum or field of space. And I'm going to take you through that right now to help you understand how to go about looking at and using space as a tool to make dances. So one of the things that we do first, without giving it away, I ask the students to create phrases. 3 phrases, yes, in which, yeah, they're just moving about space, generating movement, yes, no real other focus than just finds your own personal movement, your own rhythm, your own story in making dances. So we're going to just build a small phrase, and we're going to take some of the information we saw yesterday in the kitchen and just transport it into this space so that you can sort of identify it. We talked about working with that space of going 1, 2, into the refrigerator, reach it, pulling it out, shifting our weight back, yeah, putting down the eggs, cracking, feeling a different quality change there, yes, as we moved into, yes, stirring, yes, and then finding that scrambling, and jumping. So we're going to take that as just our base phrase work and show you how we use space and go to the next part of the assignment. So you've got right, left, right, grab, pull, grab, yeah, pull. We slide just on that diagonal, yes, to pull. And then you've got the putting down the eggs, you've got the breaking of it, the quality change in the goo of the eggs, and then you've got the stirring of the arm, yes, and then you plie and jump and shift your weight and change your direction. All right, so that's an example of a phrase. We sort of built that phrase yesterday. We're going to use that phrase material and show you how to shrink that phrase into a small space. So the next part of the assignment, once the students do the 3 phrase buildings, what we do is we ask them to then go, okay, can you shrink that material into a 3 by 3 by 3 box? So that means you only have 3 feet around you, 3 feet high. Yeah, so usually we're then now in a nice low space here. In compressing space and in shrinking the space that they're able or allowed to work in, they have to now ask questions, pose questions to themselves in ways of making that material readable, yes, or identifiable, if you will, but in a small space. So now the rules are open in how you work. You just can't come out of the main space, yes, in terms of the 3 by 3 by 3 box, all right? But you can use the space that's around you, yes, you can change your front, you can change the top and bottom, yes, and so we'll just do a little investigation with that. So mind you, we started out on that diagonal, so you see my body's on the same diagonal. I'm going to use my hands as my feet to take those 3 steps. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I reach, I pull, I come back. Make sense? So I'm not really using my legs anymore to walk. I'm using my hands, but I shift my weight in space. I use my body, I shift. Now I go back to those gestures of reach, open the door, grab the eggs, pull them back out, right? Now I need to change my direction because I'm moving, yes, toward, yes, so I'll slide, and come in. I haven't moved very far. I'm still in my box, yes, and I just pulled everything together. Here I can do the put down, and I'm going to exaggerate that motif material, and I'm going to turn the goo of the, yes, eggs. And then from there I'm going to stir, but I'm going to stir as if this is the down. I've just flipped the box upside down, where normally we did this, yes, we're going to do this, as we come over here, yes? And after that we do just a nice pull, the goo, yeah, of the scrambling of the eggs, and then I shifted back over. So that again, just to show you the example of how we shrunk the space, it's right, left, right, grab, reach, pull, right? We shifted our weight, left, right. From there, yes, we put the eggs down, we crack the egg, we release the egg, and then all of a sudden we go into that stirring, yeah, up, and then from there, scramble, up and down. And again, that version that we just developed, we came in this small space, we walked, 1, 2, 3. So see how I'm exaggerating, yes, with my shoulders, the feet, we've changed that, the reach, the pull, yeah, and then from there, yeah, we shifted our weight. We shift over here. Now we got to do the low space, breaking down, putting down the eggs, cracking the eggs, spilling it. We turned to then find the stirring, the scramble, grab everything, and come back. So that's the second part of the exercise, where we take something, regular phraseology, yes, find it, how do we move, yes, and change, and compress it into smaller spaces. And we've created a whole nother phrase, sort of a version of the phrase that's recognizable, but also finding new ways of experiencing movement, different body parts, different, yeah, highs, lows, yes. Also, if you noticed, we started with the middle space. So your middle space is where that first phrase was. Then we shrunk it into the low space. Yeah? Now, to access the high space, we use the term and tool of locomotion. All right, so next thing is, how do you take your regular phrase and turn it into locomotion? So here I am, yes, taking that exact phrase work of the 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to change it to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're changing it, yes, creating an arc, a jump, getting into that higher space. Now to really get into the high space, I want to use my focus with every one of those jumps. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, as I come over there. Yeah, and I'm exaggerating and find more ways of moving, locomoting through space, putting in jumps, but still having a sense of the material. So it has a cohesive identity or cohesive feeling and texture. So we'll do that again and just continue to build this big phrase. So it's over 1, over 2, over 3, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, from here, I'm going to jump 2 feet, left, right, as I come over. Now, I'm going to push put the eggs down like we did. I'm going to put the eggs down. Yeah, crack, crack, down. Okay, so jump 1, jump 2, jump 3, ha, 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 here, here. Yes, put the eggs down, yes, 1, 2, 3. Got it, as we jump around the corner, and then we're going to do the cracking of the egg. Let's crack the egg and just go crack and release all the way down, and then stir. So we're moving in one direction much more than we would normally, yes. We shift much more, yeah. Vigorously to that side, we got the jumps into the high space as we go down, yes, the crack and the scramble, yeah. From here, when we shift direction, let's really shift our weight and do a nice little leap as we go over there. And so that's the phrase work again. So from this, yes, we made this. Yes, we've got over 1, over 2, over 3, ha, ha, hum, ba, ba. Yes, put that down, you crack, ha. Yes, stir, scramble, stir, scramble, up, up. Make sense? So now you've got all this material just from one base phrase that's addressing space in all kinds of ways. So let's go through that. We were in the middle space. We were in the low space. We were in the high space. We used locomotion through space, right? We shrunk the size of our gesture. We expanded the size of the gesture. And we really find ourselves moving out into big open spaces. Does that make sense? So you're creating phrase work, shrinking the phrase work, expanding the phrase work, and then now the last part of this exercise is, how do you weave all that together and consider your overall arena, your three-dimensional arena in which the dance is going to live, all right? So what we're going to do, and during my improvisation, I'm going to take that information and then sort of add in the improvisation with the stage space, with the set that we have here, yes? And then also incorporate, yes, this idea of the living room, of lounging, a lounge space, a comfortable space to then socialize, yes, socialize in and about as we move. And of course my dog is here now, so I'm sure he's going to participate in the movement as well, or simply watch, yes? But we'll incorporate him in this low space in different ways as well, okay? So we have all of this material. We have our, talking about the negative space, talking about all these different dimensions, framing space, yes? And we're going to go for our living room play, all right? So again, I'm going to be utilizing the great Robbie Kinter's music from his Inertia CD. And you could actually find that on Bandcamp, and he's got a whole mess of beautiful work on the CD, and many of the CDs actually. And again, Robbie Kinter is our music director and a great accompanist and just a great artist in general all around. And so I'm grateful that he's given us permission to use his work and to play from there. So again, let's watch and do together. You'll be able to, if you want to play with You don't have to watch, but play with the sound and kind of do experiments along with me. Great. If you want to then take this later on and make your own dances and post your own dances, yes, just make sure that you tag VCU Arts, yes, Scott Putman _ EBAS, EBAS, and that's a way we can share all this information, because I'm sure it'll be fun to watch you guys play. Now remember, if you've never made a dance before, don't worry about it. I've never done Instagram before. This is my second time here doing this with you. So, you know, I'm as nervous as you are to go out and make dances and coming on this medium. So we're in it together. We'll share, we'll play, and play is the biggest thing, yeah? Play is the biggest thing to find the creative process, and the creative process, moving through it, finding your voice, is the way of finding courage and belief in the self to create and to continue to create that beautiful cycle. Make sense? So let's just do this together. Have a great time. Let's play. Let's see what we make, and then go from there. All right, so let me get that music ready for you. Oh, I'm going to create also this idea of entrance and exit. So how do we enter a space and or how do we leave it? So you'll see me incorporate that as well. It's another mechanism that we can use as a way to shape, design our work, and to keep moving through space. All right, here we go. I'm going to start off stage. Well, there we go. All right, so everyone, thanks so much for joining us. Do me a favor and play, 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 play. Yes? Have fun, investigate space differently. Go into all different kinds of rooms that you have and play with that. Get your body moving, get your body breathing, get your body expressing, and get your mind open so that you can really feel yourself in new ways, in new spaces, and discover that beautiful voice that you have within you. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to go into the dining room, another place for community, for communication. Yes, and we're going to work with time. So, day 1, abstraction, making movement. Yeah, discovering ways of making movement. Second day, space. Now we're going into time. Yes? So, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, beginning of your weekend. Be well, be happy. Remember, yes, be good to yourself. Yes? See you later.